teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Michigan State Spartans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Horned Frogs will kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ash. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Offense set on first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
The run to the left. At the 35, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I gotta say, watching this guy run is giving me PTSD from when I played against Michigan State back in college, and they had a big old running back named T.J. Duckett that was wearing.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that ball is picked off.
Intercepted by TCU. And they'll take over first and 10.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for room. It's Peppers. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, Dave. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Right back to the well.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll throw one to his right. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. A designed run for the quarterback. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They've just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up.
There he goes down the right side. At the 20. Touchdown, Spartans! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll call for the fair catch here. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off. The defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll leave it with the lone back. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
That's the end of
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Griffin. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Fires on the move. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Fourth and a long way to go, but the offense is going to give it a shot. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to let it go. And the pass hits, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Coming after it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They're bringing heat. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Michigan State. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake.
He wants to take the top off. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. The offense set for a first down play. He'll try the left side. And he could not get loose on the run.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Smarty! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jessen. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing court,
Gonna take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips through the line. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll crank up this drive with a pass. Time to take a shot. And that pass is intercepted. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Wants to throw on 1st down. Still from the pocket, fires over the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but I can see Mike the Tiger out there pacing. This has been a very close game. They're up by 11 over Charlotte. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Calls his own number. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Spartans will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third down, going up top. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Spartans will kick it away to start the second half.
Number 19.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of...
Nothing but green ahead. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. He turns it loose to the left. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And he's brought down, and his defense gets the ball back for its own. The offense lining up for a first down play. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at the 12.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He'll run it again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he drops to throw. Shoots it to the left. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Ooh, that's one of those where you're breathing a big sigh of relief. That ball could have been intercepted, and worse, could have been intercepted and housed, but Offense caught a little bit of a break. Nice play by the defense, but the offense, glad to punt in this situation if they want to punt.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on down.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuff, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Spartans. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in, because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score, and score pretty dang good.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game. And it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Motion from the offense. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the clock, and then a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. They almost had another interception. Is everybody clear on who's wearing which colored jersey?
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, TCU! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Appalachian State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Kidd Brewer Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by 12 to Texas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. They'll try it over the left side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. The give to the back. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Feeling some heat. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This feels like a pivotal moment. Get the ball back on the punt. You need to put points on the board on this drive.
Yeah, it's a sense of urgency right now has got to be high.
And he's running in the open. At the 20. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Number 88 with the carry.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
The end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Michigan State 28, TCU 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. From the gun, running back gets to give. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. Third and short from the 45. They'll go with a direct snap. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Spartans will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Got enough space. Touchdown, Michigan State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Just about set to kick it away.
Michigan State 35, TCU 21.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. He's going for it all. And he's thrown another interception. Got room on the return. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll start this drive with an end around. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Second down coming up.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Got him downfield. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Sparty. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They build this fourth